Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of CoinLogic TV, where we are looking logically at crypto assets. I am your host, The Logical Dude, your favorite van life living, crypto investing digital nomad. Today is Monday, February the 7th, 2022. This is another Monday market update. Sorry I had to take a couple of weeks off. First, my kid got the stuff, and then I got the stuff. It finally got me after 2 years of dealing with all this and being around a bunch of people with it. It finally got me. It's all right. It was nothing but a glorified cold. I just wasn't sounding very attractive, so I decided to take that time off and just try to recuperate, take some time for the dude. But at the time, it was okay because the markets were really kind of crappy and stagnant anyway. But looks like things maybe starting to take a little bit of a positive turn. Bitcoin definitely broke back over 40,000. We're on that run up. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. We are currently back at 44,000, close to 44,500. It's been a nice few days, and we're going to take a look and see if this is going to be like a short-lived trend change, if the trend is changing at all, or if this is just kind of like a, like a dead cat bounce kind of thing. We'll show you how to take a look at that kind of stuff and to see where the markets are kind of running on a short, mid, or a long-term range. You can do it using really just one major indicator, but I'm going to show you using the VuManChu Market Cipher B indicator. It is a free indicator on TradingView. I will put the link in the description of this video below. But I'm going to show you how to use the different tools in that indicator along with looking at patterns and price action and looking at the Heiken Ashi candles to be able to look and see if the trend is actually making a change or if this is just kind of short-term run. So we're going to get into that. But first, definitely take a perusement down, take a look at a couple of things going on here. Ethereum is running back up over 3150. So it's good to see some positive momentum going on in these markets. You can see the CoinLogic index is definitely looking nice. Definitely looking really fat in the green today, and I'm really happy about all that. So one of the biggest stars in the portfolio these days is the Cosmos, really the Cosmos ecosystem as a whole. We've got Cosmos, we've got Osmosis, as you knew before, but we have also added Juno, and then Secret Network, and then Stargaze, which I don't think is actually on here just yet. I didn't see it listed in my little list of tokens, so I'm going to keep definitely a lookout for that. Hopefully CoinGecko will get that added to the API database. But you can see here we also added Cub Finance back into the mix, getting paid for doing a website, so had them pay me in BNB, and I put that right back into the Cub BUSD farms, and I have it farming me out some Cub tokens. Looking forward to a Polygon airdrop. Glad I was able to get back in for that. Top 10 gainers of the top 100 today. We are looking at Shiba Inu making a run at a 45% gain for the day. So if you are a Shiba holder, congratulations, guys. Y'all are making a run at it. Kadena up 25%. Quant up 19.28. XRP is up 7.76. And then Secret Network that we were just talking about is up 17.47%. Polygon's making a run at 16.5%. Loopring is up 13.5%. Ethereum Classic's up 12.5%. Phantom is up 12.5%. And so is the Doge. All right. And then the top 10 losers of the top 100. We have got the Leo token. This is the one from Bitfinex, not the Leo Finance token. We have got CDAI and we got CUSD, which are both compounds, DAI and USDC coin. So when you deposit DAI or USDC into the compound platform on Ethereum, you get CDAI or USDC back. So it represents the amount that you deposited into that smart contract, and that's what's gaining interest. So Venus Finance, which is what we use on Binance Smart Chain, does the same thing. So you get V tokens back with that. So anyway, basically stable coins though. But Magic Internet Money's down, Tether's down, so it's basically not a whole lot's down. It's nothing but stable coins going on in this list today. Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, top 10 by market cap. We've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, Binance Coin. USDC is number 5 now. We've got Solana, Cardano, XRP, and Polkadot. And then Terra Luna, rounding out the number 10 spot. And we got top 10 by volume. We've got Tether, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu up there in the 4th spot. Binance Dollar, XRP, USDC Coin, Gala, Solana, and then Terra Luna. Fear and Greed Index is back up into the just regular fear, kind of in a neutral zone at a 45 range. So the market sentiment's actually making a change as well as the price action. You can see that Bitcoin during this dip and rise back up is taking a couple of percentage points on the market share there. So the Bitcoin dominance is up to a 42%, just a hair over that. So let's get into talking about real quick over here on the charts, and we will be taking a look at Hive right now, and we'll take a look at Bitcoin and BNB as well. So you can see here that with Hive, we were on this sloping downtrend here from when we hit these all-time highs, which that was, big old huge pump up and run up here over Thanksgiving in the US. And, but yeah, it was definitely a big old spot. But you can see here that if you do take this, maybe even just adjust it down, give it a fair level there, because that was really kind of just a major pump. You can see that we've definitely broken through this downtrend. As you can see, we had a downtrend going on from when we had that spike up. Came back, hit its head, hit its head, hit its head, and then finally broke through this downtrend and is pumping up. Well, you can see down here, this is our Market Cipher B VuManChu indicator. So this is not the official Market Cipher indicator from CryptoFace or anything. This is a free version, not a very expensive version of the indicator. It does the same exact thing though, because I used to own the expensive version, and I found this and I compared them, and they're the exact same. You just don't get the cool updates or anything, that they may add to it. But you can see here where our momentum, because that's what this blue wave right here is like momentum. Essentially, it's the same thing as the MACD indicator. And I'm going to get in, we're going to start a whole charting lesson, how to, read indicators, what certain indicators are, that kind of thing. And you're going to see how this indicator, bringing everything kind of all into one, is really a great way to play, especially if you're using the free TradingView account like I am, because I'm not paying $15 a month. I'm using the free version. I'm just doing some charting. So, you can see here, though, that one tell that this is a possible trend change is that this trend line has been broken, and we are running up. Now, using the Heiken Ashi candles, you can certainly see that our trend started to change back here, and it's been on a slight rise up. All right, and then the fatter these candles and wicks become, the bigger the momentum is happening. So the Heiken Ashi candles are a little different than a standard candle. I'm going to do a whole video behind those guys. If you go over to the standard candle here, you can see similar rise up, right? Well, what I like is over with the Heiken Ashi over just the standard candle is it just it shows you the trend a little bit more. So you can see these downtrends. You can definitely see, when it changes. Now you can see some consolidation. But then when you start to see the run-ups, you start to see these big fat candles, that trend and momentum is changing. Because let's just be honest, as a trader, you're not going to catch the tops and bottoms of everything. So it's best to check the averages and ride and catch all that money in the middle. All right? So with these trend changes, you can definitely see that, as it started to turn green, this would have been a good time to kind of buy. Or after we broke through this line, that would have been a good time to try to pick something up and then ride this wave up from just under $1 now up to over $1.22. All right, let's go take a look at Bitcoin real quick. So you can see where Bitcoin definitely had the same kind of trend change. So we can see from here down, we had our downtrend, touched here, come up here, we touched here, came down, and then we've touched back here and then broken out. So this is letting you know that something is shifting in the markets. Okay. Now down here, you can see your RSI, which is this purple, green, and then red up here. You can see we had a big pump up and we had a huge momentum run on the RSI. We had a huge momentum run on our momentum indicators, but we're getting up into the point where things are starting to get a little heated up. All right. So you might want to look out for some possible consolidation. All right. So you can see here where I've got this line of resistance and support set. You can see it came down. It was support here. Rode up, we bounced off resistance off the trend line, we bounced off of support here again, trend line, broke support, came down and found another level of support here, and it started to squeeze. So once we got to the trend line, we had to make a decision, and then the bulls took over and broke through that trend. So we have now broken back up over that previous line that was support, and then it broke through, and now it became resistance for a second, and then we broke through it. So you can see that's a positive momentum change. That's a positive change in the trend. So if we can keep this momentum going, that can end up being a longer term. So it just depends on what time frames you're looking at. So you can see I'm currently looking at the daily time frame here. That's a good, kind of a good midterm indicator. You can come and look at the weekly time frame. And this is where it gets a little interesting, because when you zoom out, everything changes a little bit. This becomes extremely clear that we are breaking and changing the trend. So you can see where that trend changed, and we've got a big, solid, fat momentum candle here on this first week. And then down here on the weekly, this is a super strong buy signal right here when we get these green dots on the momentum indicators. You see kind of like what happened here. Boom, big run up here. All right, and you can see where it starts to turn slightly, and then we caught another big wave up. And then you can see up here where we got this big sell signal here. That was definitely the time to get out if you were trading, or even short if you're doing that whole thing. I don't play that game though. But it could be just a good time to kind of get out, go into stable coins, wait for it to ride down until you get something like this big dot. And you see this trend change here. You see this pattern break. And you see we're going the opposite direction. That's a good time to get in and ride this next wave up. So hopefully we're going to have a good, strong push to the upside. Don't know. I've got my target. I would love to get back over $50,000. If we can get back over $50,000, if we can get back over $50,000 here, even over the $52,000, $53,000 range, that's going to be some serious bullish action going on. So we're looking for some good trend changes here. We can go and take a look at BNB. This is on the weekly. You've got something very similar here. So we've got this, very similar little trend line. It looks like the trend is starting to change and kind of break at this point here. We haven't quite got the buy signal yet, but it's going to eventually come. Bitcoin's having its little run right now. BNB is going to have its run next. Some of the other smaller altcoins are actually running a little harder. Like if you go and look at Matic here, Matic, same type of thing. It's making a big trend turn. So we could be seeing some life coming back into the markets. This is all looking really super bullish. It's not looking so much like a short-term trend change. This is all looking like this could be a really nice mid to long-term trend run. So we're going to keep watching it, taking it day by day. But that's how you can kind of tell using some of these momentum indicators. So you can tell where your RSI starts to turn back up. Your VWAP, which is this yellow line here, is the volume weighted average price. Once this starts to make a nice gradual move up along with the momentum and the money wave is still in the green. And this is all looking really good to me. So those are some indications that you can tell. Again, going back here to our daily time frame, and you can even look at shorter term time frames to get a little more accurate data here. But you can see here we're definitely breaking up on the 4-hour time frame as well. And we've got a lot of positive momentum going here. And we got money flow definitely flowing back into the market hardcore here on Bitcoin on a 4-hour time frame, which that's about the shortest time frame that I ever really look. And that's if I'm looking into an entry or something like that, because most of my trades I'm going for longer swing trades. I'm looking at daily, I'm looking at the weekly time frames to see kind of where we're going there. And that's the way I make my plays. So it's a lot less stressful that way, and I'm making less trades and having the potential to make higher gains instead of playing these little like short-term time frames. I'm not that ADD. I'm ADD, but not that ADD. So anyway, let's get into a couple of little quick articles here. And from AMB Crypto, there's reports that former Manchester United players are pursuing DAOs for sports-related investments, and didn't honestly really get too much into the article itself, but basically, former players from the Manchester United Football Club are creating a decentralized autonomous organization, or a DAO. DAOs are the future, guys. I've got a DAO that I'm building with Blocktunes, so we're focused on trying to help push forward the music industry into the Web3 world. But anyway, they're using it as a sports investment. So, as per a recent announcement, Gary Neville and Paul Scholes, I guess is Scholes, will team up with a Singaporean business magnates Peter Lim and Kaita Lim to create CO92 DAO. The collaboration aims to allow fans to participate in these investments, as it is named after the club's squad. Interesting. So DAOs are going to be a way, basically the new wave of VC investing. It's a way for people to be able to get in and be a part of a company and have a say-so, have a vote in the way that those treasuries are ran and different things that the DAOs do with the funds. So I use a program called XDAO, which is a new up-and-coming platform. They have a whole lot of blockchains that they have available to work with now. We're building ours on Binance Smart Chain, but you can build it on Ethereum, Optimism. You've got Polygon, you've got Avalanche, you've got Hecko, you've got, I think, Cello, and then a couple others that they've added to the mix now. But you can build, like, we've got a DeFi backed out, where we have DeFi farms going in PancakeSwap that's earning out yield automatically. And so when we harvest those yields, our DAO members can choose what they can do with it. So DAOs are the future, and it's no shock that sports teams and even athletes are trying to take themselves back. I mean, because all of these players are basically just products for these team owners, and they don't get as big of a cut. Same kind of thing as musicians, they don't get near as big of a cut off of things as what you think they do. And so this is a way that players can really kind of, take back control over their name and over their merchandising and that kind of thing. Blockchain with DAOs and NFTs are going to be huge for sports, music, arts, things like that. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below. This seems like a pretty interesting article to kind of see what they're doing with this. Looks like Mark Cuban's involved with it. So definitely come and read this article here from AMB Crypto. And then we are going to come over here and talk about one that kind of, you've probably seen it on Twitter. But yeah, Buzzfeed, man. Come on, Buzzfeed. They faced some major heat from the Web3 community after exposing the Bored Apes founder. So when you dox members of the crypto clan, be prepared to go to war. So BuzzFeed is they're a horrible news site. Absolutely horrible news site at this point in time. So completely bow down and kowtow to all the corporate establishment and everything else. But they go and they dox the Bored Ape Yacht Club founders, man. This is ridiculous. Poor guys. So they went ahead and put out little tweets. So basically exposing themselves, you know. So here they are. This is their real faces. So it's really kind of garbage, though, man. I mean, because a lot of these guys, they may not want their friends and family knowing who they are, you know, or knowing how much money they have, kind of thing. Because, you know, it's really nobody's business. And I'm sure these guys have got some serious loot behind them, being the founders of probably the hottest NFT project out there on the market. So, yeah, Bored Ape Yacht Club, you know, those guys have made some serious money. And for Buzzfeed to go out and then just dox them like that, yeah, that's some serious garbage right there, guys. So this is coming from Our Bitcoin News. This is our newest news source that requested to be part of the CoinLogic News Center here. So I'll be leaving a link down in the description for this if you really want to get down into this article. So yeah, go check that out for sure. You can also see all of that kind of stuff here on the CoinLogic News Center. When you go in here, we've got A and B Crypto. We have got Bitcoin.com news feeds. We have got the Our Bitcoin News, and we've got Decrypt.co. So we've got 4 of those top sites, as well as on the homepage, we've got some articles and TA analysis, things like that from members of the Hive community. So those will open up on the hive.blog website there. Go and check all of that out. So that is going to be it for me today. I hope you guys are having a really good day in the markets. We still got some room to run. Definitely looking nice, but be looking for possible consolidation because we are starting to get a little bit of heat on some of these, you know, daily, even the 4-hour time frames. So things are getting a little heated as far as momentum. So be looking for some possibility of people taking a little bit of profits. But, man, killer run going on right now, guys. Killer run going on. So I'm really liking seeing the green going on. To me, this looks like a nice trend change. I think we might be in a good place. I don't think the bull run is over. I wasn't really necessarily calling for much bear action. We had a nice downtrend for a while. Absolutely. But we're still in that uptrend. We're still in that the long-term time frame bullish trend. So zoom out and chill out, guys, because everything's going to be all right. We are still super early in this space. So if you are here, you're already winning. You're already going to be all right. So just remember that. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to take the rest of the day and I want to enjoy myself. I'm going to go out in the woods. I'm at this park right now, and they got a bunch of, apparently they had a cleanup day yesterday. And there's a whole bunch of free firewood out here. So I'm going to pick up some firewood, and I'm going to go out in the woods and have me a good time because it's Monday, and I can do that because I work for myself. I work for blockchains. I work to try to build this ecosystem. So as long as I'm putting out in the world, I'm earning every day. I got my DeFi that's helping pay some bills. Bills are paid. I'm going to go out in the woods and have a good time. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Be cool, be real, always abide, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Peace.